Wow. Destiny wins his lawsuit preliminary hearings. Now, for any of you that are unfamiliar with civil legal proceedings, you cannot win a preliminary hearing. That's not how it fucking works. Like, there's not a winner or loser in a preliminary hearing. It's a fucking preliminary hearing. What that means is it's the hearing that you have before the trial. Okay, and typically what they discuss in these preliminary hearings is, they talk about discovery. They talk about discovery is the exchange of evidence between the two parties, the accuser and the accused. They will discuss when the date of the trial will be. They will discuss trial proceedings, what will happen in the trial, and of course they will possibly settle in a preliminary hearing. Not always, not usually. Usually a settlement will come before the preliminary hearing. Or it will come after, but that can happen in a preliminary hearing as well. There can be a settlement. So I guess technically, there could be a winner or loser in a preliminary hearing, but I have a feeling that they didn't settle in this preliminary hearing, in Destiny's case, and there will be a trial, probably. Now, another important thing to note is that even at the end of a trial, even when there is a settlement in a civil suit, there aren't clear-cut winners and losers ever. Not really, because it's civil liability. It's not. There is no. What I'm saying is, in a criminal trial, you're either guilty or not guilty, right? And if you're guilty, the way it works is that the people that deem you as guilty should be 99% certain based on the evidence. There should be very, very little doubt. Okay? If there is any amount of doubt to your guilt, then you should be not guilty. That's how it works. But in a civil case, it's not about whether you're guilty or not guilty. It's about how liable you are. Okay? So, let's say you get in an accident. But let's say that something happened and it wasn't completely your fault. It was actually, let's say, let's say your car gets struck by lightning, and and it causes you to swerve into another vehicle, right? If you can prove that your car was struck by lightning, that would be what's known as an act of God. Okay, and so you would not be held liable for the damages. Or, potentially, you would be held somewhat liable. They could say, well, you were struck by lightning, but, you still swerved into another car, and that's kind of your fault, so you're, 50% liable. Okay, and then you have to pay for half of the damages. So, all that is to say, that's how liability works. You can be 50% liable, you can be 100% liable, and you have to cover all the damages. Or you can be 0% liable. You can owe nothing. Okay, so the only equivalence to guilty, not guilty, winning, losing is if you're 100% or 0% liable. But usually in a civil case, you are never going to be found 100% or 0% liable. You're going to be somewhere in between. You might be 70% liable, and you owe 70% of the damages. You have to cover it. That's how it works. So anyway, Destiny is being sued, and he is going to be found liable for this, because there is no question about it. What he did caused material harm to his wife, caused her emotional distress, and so on. I could keep going. Okay, he's going to owe her money. The question is, how much? And, you know, it's hard to say. I think that realistically, he's going to owe her hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, because this will follow her for the rest of her life. What he did will follow her forever. Like, he posted, he didn't post it, he spread a video of her in compromising. She was like, she had, I'm not even gonna go back and explain what he did. Okay, like what he did was, what the point is that it will cause her thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It will cost her that over the course of her life. Okay, why? Because she's a public figure. She's a streamer, and he spread a sex tape of her without her knowledge, without her permission. She didn't even know it existed. She didn't even know that he recorded her. Okay, and like what I'm saying is, there is no liability on her part. She is not at fault at all for what the damages that were incurred. That's why Destiny will lose. That's why he's a loser in this scenario.
So basically,
okay?
what happened? Okay, if you're wondering what's going on with the Destiny lawsuit,
Let's
apparently
go.
he appeared on stream today to talk about how he won the preliminary hearing. Okay, so he is winning the lawsuit.
Yeah, he's winning.
How I understand,
he's winning. He's winning so hard. I'm sure.
Okay, so he is
Let's hear
winning
it.
the lawsuit.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Pretty likely that he's going to win the lawsuit. And I can only imagine that the commentary community and Ja3starr are coping right now about...
Wait, what? Wait, did I just get name dropped?
I can only imagine that the commentary community and Ja3starr are coping right now.
Ja3starr?
All of this. And I can only imagine that the commentary community and Ja3starr are...
Was she trying to say my name? Or is it someone else?
Are coping right
Was
now
I mentioned?
About
Yo, I got noticed.
Right, so...
Thank you, Foodshops.
Go take a look. Okay. But yeah.
I don't know if you were name dropping me, but if you were, I'm honored. I really am. For real. This is a good game, by the way. I haven't seen this game in years.
Okay, skip forward maybe just a little bit.
Check your DNS.
Felt like I was going back to high school today.
Destiny.gg.
We were in a business
mode.
Web
server returning unknown error. Bro, check your DNS. It's fucked up. Oh no, Joe, it was just a little trolling. Don't sue me. It took me ages to collect my waifu figurines.
We spamming.
I don't think I was being mentioned there. I don't think she was talking about me. She's probably talking about someone else.
Okay. This is not working.
He looks like a proper adult in the suit. I agree.
Anybody looks like a proper adult.
Hello?
In a suit. I put on a suit. I look official. He doesn't even, though. He really doesn't.
I'm pretty sure he
looks like
literally
a little kid.
just got back from court, which is why he's in a suit.
Yeah.
Do you record guns in the background?
Yeah, typically.
No, it's a live hearing. You have to go.
Typically, people do wear suits to court.
Stand up full screen.
Pretty big.
Well, because my camera won't be in view.
Yay! There he is, our big, beautiful boy. Let's go.
Real business cat now, you know, just
a little biz cash.
Here to crush our opponents. Here to be a debate lord, you know.
You can tell he's high off the win right now.
Suit still on is crazy. I'm gonna be honest, I came home and I immediately went the fuck to sleep, so I slept in this and just woke up.
Okay, he slept in the suit and then woke up and streamed.
Sounds like what a winner would do. Sounds like winner behavior. Are we gonna talk about it? What are we? Come on. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot to speed it up.
Yeah, I have 3 of these.
3 of these?
He's talking about the suit.
Okay.
He's got 3 of them.
By the way, apparently a suit is like $20,000.
There's no way.
Are they different colors? Yeah, of course. I thought it was cute. One of the.
I think he's got the navy suit. He's wearing the navy suit. He's got a black suit. Okay, of course he does. And he's got a gray plaid suit. I bet. That's what he's got. Even though I think that I think a white suit would suit him better. No pun intended.
One of the clerks when I was in the bathroom, he looked at me and he was like, "Are you one of the new What did he ask me? Are you one of the new
Lawyers?
junior attorneys?" I don't remember. But I was like,
Oh.
I have my little suits on. I was like, "No, I'm just a professional debater." Okay.
Dude.
You're famous now? Why she call you Jay Stoke? I don't know. I don't know if that's what she was saying. I don't think she was name dropping me. I don't think that's what happened.
I kind of get it, okay? He's living high off the wind. Right now,
We'll get
so-
there someday, Donut. Don't worry. Me and you together.
One of the things that I said before.
We got
was,
this. I like your banana.
I always get like really scared.
Gone Bananas
For
badge.
the upcoming court stuff because
What is
it
that
kind of seems
for?
like
This gilded banana
things are
badge
really,
was
really
scored
fun.
by sharing
And
a
every time there's, like, a
Lowes-worthy
hearing
clip
or a
during
judge
April Fool's
input,
Week 2025.
it's like somebody's about to get a very,
I'm
very,
proud
very
of you.
brutal reality check. I'm either
Right.
way too off in my understanding of what's going
A
on.
Lowes-worthy.
W. Harry, dude. Thank you so much for the $2.
Boring.
And,
Come on. I want to hear how Destiny is
The hearing
winning.
this morning was very brutal.
It's pretty
Yeah.
appealing.
Like, took a 10-minute cry break at like halfway through her testimony. I
Yikes.
think my feelings they were getting very frustrated, but
Appealing.
Oh no. Oh no, dude.
What
oh,
happened?
zip zip! Oh my god! And I have another person who was there.
No.
Andrew looked at me and he was like, "I'm pretty sure that's a public person. It's either one of your fans or one of your haters." For you in the back, Zip Zip was in the courtroom today, dude. Did you catch when Andrew told me to call?
Bro, it's over. It's over, dude. By the way, this is why I told you guys. This is why I told you guys I didn't like covering like the specific parts of the court case. Right? This is why I told you guys this, because I don't want to speak on something that I know jack shit about, right? Like I don't want to speak on, yeah, but all these people who actually did speak on.
Do you
the
know jack
court
shit about
case-
it?
Oh no!
I feel like you probably know a little more than you're letting on. There has been a not so shocking amount of silence when it comes to you talking about the facts surrounding this case, which is that Destiny did what he did. Like I'm not gonna go over it all over again. Okay, I'm not gonna do it over and over. I mean, I will, but just not right now because I just talked about it. But there has been I wonder why she isn't talking about the details of this case. I don't know.
Oh no, dude. I mean, sure, the viewers will still probably watch them, right? Their viewers will still watch them, but like, dude, personally, getting something like this wrong, yikes, dude. Okay, I mean, you can cope and downplay it, but like, fuck, I wouldn't. All right, if you made a certain statement that like, oh, Destiny was completely fucked on this lawsuit, not
He
good,
is.
Okay. Apparently, it was so bad for Pixie that she went to take a 10-minute crying session. So.
Down. We were all of us were so happy.
Okay, yeah. Let's you know, let's make fun of Pixie for crying over this case where somebody that she loved and trusted like fucked her over harder than I think I've ever seen anybody fuck over their significant other ever. Like cheating, okay? But that's most people when they fuck up their marriage, their relationship, it's from something like cheating, and cheating is widely recognized to be really bad, really like scummy. It's like it's a scumfuck thing to do, to cheat on your partner. It's terrible. It's awful. But that would have been so much better than what he did. That would have been, like, infinitely better if he had just cheated on her. Like, he did cheat on her. He was cheating on her, by the way. But, like, if he had just done that, it wouldn't be controversial. Or at least not nearly as controversial as this. And it definitely wouldn't warrant a lawsuit. Okay, sometimes there actually are lawsuits over cheating in the context of a marriage. That happens. Quite often, actually, that's how you get alimony. If you can prove that, like, somebody else's actions caused, if you can prove that your partner caused the marriage to fall apart, then that's how you get alimony from them. You know? But in this case, this is, like, so far outside the realm of alimony. Like, he's just, like, what he did is criminal. Number one, he should face criminal charges. I don't know if he is, but he should. And number two, like, he is liable for, like, her lifelong suffering. Because, like I said, this will follow her forever, unfortunately.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I had this exact same convo with
people, if they don't have the clips already, they will. Okay, and I hate to say that. Like, I don't like that, but, like, it's true. People will get the video that he was sharing, and they will send it to her. They will send it to her family, her friends, her loved ones, her future partners. This will follow her forever, as long as she's a public figure, as long as she's a streamer, and she's not planning on stopping.
I don't
for some reason. And
oh, wait,
like, I'm not going to say that she should stop, but, like,
I guess the implication
I will say that I don't know if I would keep
chastising
doing it.
Pixie and Pixie side only. Because this is a preliminary hearing, so this is not the conclusion of the case, but I guess it's a brutal reality check for Pixie. That she definitely picked the wrong lawyers, right? That she definitely 100% picked the wrong lawyers. And basically now, I guess it kind of justifies all the times that Destiny has covered his own court case. I guess this entire time he was telling the truth, right? About his own court case, and he wasn't just coping about his own court case. So, you know, this is a brutal reality check for Queen.
What did you say in her chats?
Right?
Oh, I'll show you. Yo, I got it clipped. I don't actually have it clipped, but I have the VOD. Yeah, this is it. What up? Alright, let's see what Ja3starr said. Look, I'm not going to, oh shit, wait, I came in while she was, when she started watching this. That's kind of funny. Oh, so that means at some point in this video, you're gonna see what I said in chat, huh? Wait, so she mentioned me before I even came in? Okay, I'm a little fuzzy with the details of the timeline here. But anyway, I came into her chat, and let's see, we can see what I typed here. I erased it a few times. I was working on it. And I'm posting again tomorrow. I know you. Look, I'm shameless, okay? I have no shame. I don't even regret doing this. And I never will. Because you are a coward. You didn't respond to. Wait, no, hold on. God, I look fucking crazy right now, Chad. I'm unhinged. Nah. You're completely sane, Jacob. Nah, I don't think I don't think it's that wild. This is what a perfectly sane. Yeah. This is what a normal person would do. I think. Hey, Foodshops. I posted a video about you. I know you probably won't respond. So in that case, I don't know if she was name dropping me there. Like I said, I don't think she was, because this happened, like, this is like halfway, the video that we're watching right now, this is like halfway through it, probably. So when I thought she was name dropping me, that was like before I came into her chat. So unless she remembered me, unless I made such an impression on her, like last week when I last came into her chat, unless she remembered me from that, I don't think so. Just a coincidence. You're a coward. And a fraud. And a phony. I want... Wait, I need to... I want to add something to this. I wanted to tell you that I think you're wrong about multiple things, and I'm open to talking about it if you're interested. It's gotta be you. There's no way she mentions someone and it's similar to your name. It could be. I don't know. She said like Ja3starr. Stoke? Yes! Yo, a channel opened. She opened my channel. She said it's 2.5 hours. No. Yo, I knew you wouldn't respond to it. Well, that's about what I expected. I wonder if she watched it. Maybe she watched it off
But
screen.
we got Ja3starr clout chasing.
That's right.
That's right. Unapologetically too.
I know that the video, is she live now? Nah. She's live every day though. I know that video title was kind of inflammatory. But I did mean every word of it. And furthermore, the actual content of the video is a lot more tame. Like I'm a lot nicer to her. I'm not so nice in my latest video though, because Jesus, look, let me show you this, man. You gotta see this shit.
They don't have anything to provide, and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What
just
can
because you
they
spam it
provide?
doesn't mean it's gonna
and
let
as
it
I said
through.
earlier, her being in a wheelchair
I'll
is
allow
the
it.
protector and
I'll allow
provider. They are doing
Yeah, this Kerrigan.
Why are you old?
they need to.
Most basic.
There is this
Exhibit.
paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean.
This shit is kinda
the
nutty.
Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love
Hey,
to give.
that is how
and
you
they want
spell
some
it.
kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves
This 30-minute video.
Yeah, legitimately, I'm sick of that song now. And I love that album. That whole album is really good. Exhibit is of Pimp My Ride.
Really easy
The
message.
fuck,
Pimp
of
My
fucking
Ride.
course,
Just
because
simply
I'm
say
bored and want to play a
Notoriety.
game with
Pimp
you.
My Ride notoriety.
Objectifying somebody down to only their core attributes is bad.
Roll
credits.
Just admit it. I'm a secondary. I'm a last resort friend to you. Just admit it.
Shoe on head. That's it. Okay, but it's too long. Nigga. Too long for such a simple message, okay? The message is
that was it.
Don't
Look.
be a dickhead, okay? That's the message. The message is nigga. Okay, why did I do that? Stop.
is either seen as toxic or
God
gay.
damn,
and one way of
dude.
expressing
God
that love is solving
damn.
problems. Men fucking love solving problems.
That's-
They don't
and
know
that's
what
what I
it is.
said.
They love
Unhinged,
reading Wikipedia
man.
articles. The amount of times I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia
Did anybody
article
else
about,
see
like,
that?
The world's tallest
Did I-
buildings or like a random
did
battle
I
in World War
hallucinate
II.
her
I end up
saying
putting
that?
Problems. I don't know what it is.
Okay, why did I do that? Stop.
I don't know.
The message
I don't
is,
know why you did
don't
that.
be a
Did she
dickhead,
really say?
okay?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
message. The message is
message.
nigga. Okay, why did I do that? Stop.
Themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking
Okay,
love solving
now I wanna say this. Okay, number one, she's from Southern California. That I believe she said that. I could be mistaken. Or I could be remembering it wrong. But she is a SoCal person, I believe. And that, that makes a lot of sense, okay? Can I say a slur about Asians? Nah. Nah, nah, you can't. They all suck anyway. They're like the worst fucking stupid fucking slurs. Like they're like hyper. The thing about Asian slurs is that it's either just like it's kind of like the N-word but without all the history, or it's like a reference to how we murderized them brutally in one of the wars, Korea or Vietnam. That's where the Z slur comes from. It's because GIs used to run their bodies over with tanks, and it gave like a kind of look to it. I'm not even gonna. I know it's really gross. I'm not gonna keep describing that, but not even one tiny one. How come she can say she can't? I mean, well, like anybody can say anything, Like I can say whatever the fuck I want. You can say whatever you want, and so can she. But should you is the question. Like, and the answer is no. Like she should not say the N-word. Obviously, she is like an Asian American person. Look, here's my hot take about this. When somebody from outside of America says it, I like even in Europe, even in like a European country, it's not the same. It's not as bad, I think. But anyway, she's literally an American, so there's no fucking excuse. Why will you say no to me saying something about Asians? Because like you're not Asian. I don't think. I don't know. Look, say whatever you want, Donut. I just don't think that you should. That's all. I don't care. Okay. Okay, well, say Asian slurs then. Go off. Go off, King. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm putting my pizza in the oven. Hey, I'm back. Okay, I think she's a something looking something. Ha, your love for pizza is astonishing. Okay, I'm gonna drop some facts on pizza. I think the crust is the best pizza, but you will get hungry, so maybe 2 boxes. Oh, I think thin crust is the best pizza. Although thin slice is nice since you don't need much bread. I completely agree with you about thin crust. I think New Jersey got it right when they made thin crust. That's just my opinion. Okay, I'm a thin crust. I'll die on this hill. I'm a thin crust fanatic. I didn't really say a slur. I just added asterisk. Oh, yeah, I was counting them. I was counting the number of asterisks, try and figure out what you were saying. I don't think there's any slur for Asian people that's 4 letters long. I might be wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, I can think of one that's 5 letters and one that's 3 letters, but not 4. Let's keep going. I hope I don't get banned for that. Oh, my bad. My bad. I forgot about that. Wait, actually, let's run that back one more time. Let's hear it one more time.
Stop.
Hey,
I don't know.
Foodshops greatest hits.
Don't be a dickhead, okay? That's the message. The message is, nigga. Okay, stop. Yeah, why did I do that? Stop.
I look so like disappointed. I look so disappointed in her. I did not see that coming. Like I was genuinely shocked.
The message is,
look at my face here.
Nigga. Okay, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, ew. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Is she saying that about you, LOL? No, she wasn't calling me the N-word. She doesn't know who I am at this point. At this point. She probably remembers me now, because I went into her chat last night, and I was like, you're a coward. And also, by the way, the reason I called her a coward is not just because, just because. It's because she didn't respond to me. She didn't respond to my comment. I left comments on her videos. It would have been very easy for, I know she had to have read them, because, like, she doesn't get that many comments. Like I read all my comments, okay? I don't get a lot of comments either. But, like, as you can see, on all of my, you can look at any of my videos. This one doesn't have any comments. Nobody fucking watched that one. But, like, some of my older videos that have racked up more views, not even this one, nobody gives a fuck about that one. But, like, this one has a lot of comments. I responded to all of them. I gave them all, I at least liked them. If not, I actually responded to it. So, you know, I know how it goes. Like, I get notifications when people leave comments on my videos. But for some reason, Foodshops didn't respond to my comments. I wonder why. I don't know. It's hard to say. But let's keep watching. I want to keep watching this video. This is a really good video.
Authoritative law tube
It's really good.
channels. Yikes. Is there a document in court? I'm sure there is, but I wouldn't read it. I don't care. I only care about the results.
Not the M-word about being a dickhead. No. She was saying that the point of she was saying that Shoe on Head, the person that made the video that she was reacting to, she was saying that Shoe on Head's point was to, like, be a nice person to others or some shit. That's not really what the point of the video was, but Foodshop's point was that the video was too long. Like, Shoe on Head could have made a much more concise video, and she could have, but you know, you gotta hit that hour-long mark. That's how you get like 6 ads in one video or whatever for anybody that doesn't buy YouTube Premium or have ad block. So that's it. Yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
And one of the things we were kind of vibing with
Do they
is
care if
that,
they talk on? No, they don't. They don't.
she said that she felt like really crazy over stuff related to her.
Like if I were to guess, like, the way that they are reacting right now, they're probably reacting like, they're probably, like, coping, right? Like, they're probably going like, oh, you know, I don't know, you know, I mean, it's just a preliminary retard, okay? Just because the prelim doesn't mean that he's actually, doesn't mean that she's actually going to lose the entire court case. So what if a woman cries, right? I mean, don't you know that women get emotional all the time, like, even over...
Dude, it's not that women get emotional all the time. It's that he made a sex tape of her without her knowledge and then spread it around to send it to a bunch of different people, probably. At least one person, at least that we know of, at least one person. Highly likely multiple other people. Also, after he did this, his previous partners came out and said that he did this to them too. Okay, that's not... What I just said there wasn't as relevant, but I wanted to add it, okay? Because it's true. They have been alleging that he did it to them as well. But it is 100% understandable that she would cry at the first hearing for this case. she could cry at all of them. That's understandable. Like, that is a traumatic thing. I don't know if I would cry, but I'd feel like it, probably. If somebody did that shit to me.
Wins.
You fucking kidding me? I'd be mostly just angry, I think. But
if somebody in chat asks Queeman, hey Queeman, do you think that this is a big deal? Queeman will probably say like, dude, who cares? Who cares? Okay, so I was like wrong.
I'm just saying. By the way, what I'm trying to posit here is that what she is saying is that because Pixie was crying, that means that she like is losing or something, and that's not what that means. Okay, people cry when bad shit happens to them. It's not just when, like, I'm just saying it's not indicative that she's losing the case, and I don't think she is. I think that there's literally no way she can lose this case. She probably just wants to settle and not take this to trial, but Destiny, in all of his pride, is not going to do that. He's going to fight this to the bitter end. For his career, for his reputation, yada yada. He's going to fight this, and he's going to lose. He is going to lose. There is overwhelming evidence against him. That we know of. Okay, if even half of this shit made it in Discovery, he's DONE fucked. He's going to owe hundreds of thousands, I think. Probably more. But anyway, let's keep going.
You know, like, I don't think it was a big deal, right? Like, that's probably what's gonna happen. Okay?
X?
Now, just so you know,
yeah,
I'm not
that's what.
Discourse
yeah, I think that Destiny is gonna be found not guilty in this civil case, and he will be completely exonerated. And he will owe nothing to her. That's what I think. I'm sure you're right about that, dude.
I feel like I catch up.
I'm sure that's what'll happen.
And the way that they stream, so.
And that going to family court was like one of the best things ever, because to hear a judge with all the evidence before them just obviously like
if
saying
shop, it's cold in my place. Okay, I'll lend you a blanket. Do you mind my blanket? It probably has my smell in it.
This is really fucked, or this person is clearly or obviously in the wrong. She said it was like a very gratifying feeling, and I related as well because of the judge.
Yeah. What is that? What the judge said?
Can you go full screen? Oh, sure. And then this one was very much the same. Yeah. Okay. So zip.
Even if he wins legally, it's because he spent money on Cochrane lawyers, and just because it wasn't found legally guilty, still morally wrong. I fully agree. I 100% agree, actually.
Again, there is no guilty or not guilty. There is only liability. Liability, food shops. Okay, he's not going to be found not guilty. He's not going to be found guilty. They are going to assess the evidence, and they're going to try to figure out how liable he is for damages, if any. Okay, I think, my personal opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, but I think that he will be found liable for a significant amount of damages, for many much money, many dollars. Okay, he will have to pay.
I'm pretty sure, again, Destiny has spent a gratuitous amount of money on the best lawyers in the world. Okay, so this is a fact.
Yeah, he probably has. Yeah,
it's the
best that he can find.
It is the best lawyers in the world. Okay.
I don't know about in the world. I don't think he's got fucking Johnny Cochran on his team. I don't think he does. But I do think that, yeah, I agree with that. He probably has spent a lot of money on some good lawyers. And trust me, he's going to need some good lawyers for this case.
I'm not saying that. Okay, then I'm saying that.
And it's very obvious that that's what he needs if you look at the evidence that we know of. That's it.
I do actually think what Destiny did is morally wrong.
I'm going to go see if my pizza's done
because
yet.
I have principles. I want to be consistent. And this is my way of sticking to my principles and to be consistent. Okay? I've said this since the start of all this. And I'll keep saying it until the end. Well, part of it was morally wrong. Like like if you're going about sharing like other people's news without like asking for permission, right? and you're not like checking in with them and going like, yeah, hey, is it still okay to like share these news? Yeah, of course it's morally wrong. Yeah, of course.
So then what are we talking about?
I'm making shit up. But to hear
how is Destiny winning? If you agree that that's wrong, then okay, so it's morally wrong. But what? There's like no there are no damages? Is that what you're saying? Like there's no I am so confused. Let me rewind that.
This is
I'm
my
confused.
way of sticking to my principles. And
oh, hold on. Donut says, I talked to the male nurse. He said, how's it going? And I responded with good and you, and then asked how long he's been working there, and then we started to chat a bit. Nice. Nice. What'd y'all talk about? Just small talk? That's okay. Ask him how the weather's going. Ask him if he comes there often. That'll work for you. So that's what I do. Okay, it's classic. I walk up to a lady and I'm like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And then she's like, I'm not thirsty. He used to be a CNA in North Dakota, and how he loves being a CNA. Okay. He's got his shit together. He's from North Dakota? Fuck is he? What did he come down there for? Alright, well, anyway, back.
to be consistent, okay?
I love that. I love that for you, Donut. Keep talking to him.
Since the start of all this, and I'll keep saying it until the end.
We're doing political
commentary. Part of it was morally wrong. Like the
Alright, here
like
we go.
if you're going about sharing like other people's news without like asking for permission, right? And you're not like checking in with them and going like, yeah, hey, is it still okay to like share these news? Yeah, of course it's morally wrong. Yeah, of course.
So then why are you Team Destiny? I think either Foodshops just doesn't think that any of that happened. Like, none of that's real. Which it is. Or maybe she believes it's not criminal. And that it's just morally wrong, but not a crime. Which is also wrong. It is a crime. Or she thinks that there were no civil damages to like have a lawsuit over, which is also wrong. So I don't understand. I do not understand. I'm thinking that Foodshops probably thinks that like none of this is real. Like like none of, it's all a fucking psyop or whatever. It's federal.
You can say if I'm making shit up, but to hear the who's Andrew, my lawyer, to hear the judge asking like what I would consider to be the most.
The thing is that you can say it's morally wrong and still say that, yeah, there's no like legal standing for this case, which it does actually seem like there isn't, right? But keep in mind, okay, the way that Ja3starr and Queeman, like the way that they operate in terms of this case is that they will say,
Ja3starr.
they will maybe transition their messaging.
See, she wasn't talking about me.
It being morally wrong, and the legal part of it is not important, okay? Maybe, okay? I don't know.
I don't know who Ja3starr is.
I'm here to tell you guys right now, I have always been on the hill that it is morally wrong, and that legally
when does she typically stream?
Not have any kind of
7:30 p.m. Pacific time, I believe. She did see your channel. Maybe she wrote it wrong. That's coming up.
For one side, that
might be about to happen.
Okay, for me, it's the same messaging through and through.
We're like 12 minutes in.
Most obvious questions, and he was.
She's wrong about this, by the way. I do not. Like, even look. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know this shit. I don't know anything about the law, really. But like, when it comes to real world cases, sometimes they are just very easy to apply the laws to. Like, it doesn't take a lawyer to figure it out. You understand? So when you have a case like this, it's just very obvious that, number one, there's damages. Number two, a crime happened. This was a criminal thing. So if you can prove that it actually happened, then Destiny is going to be found liable, and he's probably gonna like serve in prison. He's gonna like go to jail. Okay, I don't know what the punishment for what he did is. Maybe not jail time, or if there is jail time, probably only a little bit. But probably just community service, and it's on his record and whatnot. He may be, it could be that he'd be a sex offender if he's convicted of, whatever they charge him with for doing that. But yeah, I mean, he like made a sex tape and distributed it. Oh, so she'll be on tonight? Is she on every night? Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Donut. Keep it silent, okay? Alright, you can go into anyone's chat. I'm not gonna tell you, like, not to go into anyone's chat. But, you are my mod, and you are basically my entire community, okay? You and, like, and a few other people. So, what that means is that you be careful, okay? Be careful with your words. Choose your words carefully if you are gonna chat with these people. Because they are my ideological opponents, and because of that, I have to treat them somewhat civilly and with respect. I can't sick my fans on them, Girl, I don't hop in chats like that. I believe it. Did you just misgender me, bro? My bra? Did you just misgender me, my bra? That's fucked up.
Oh God, I'm just so paranoid that, like, I'm gonna start.
What is Jason saying that's wrong
We're
with the
Southerners.
stuff? Fuck. Right? All I'm saying is that if he is transitioning his messaging, right? That's what he's doing. No? It just seems convenient. It seems like it's somewhat established that they were okay to share findings, like Pixie sent them stuff, D sent stuff to Melina, etc. No, because I assume that in Pixie's case she did ask for permission, right? But then for Destiny's case, he didn't ask for permission, right? From what I remember.
That just something's gonna happen. I'm just not, like, understanding. I'm getting, like, way too, I don't want to say overconfident or whatever, or that, like, I'm not understanding what's going on, but ugh. Oh, I have hot chocolate. Oh my
Gotta
God.
grind some Skyrim. I hate how addictive the game is. I never got to finish it. You never finished Skyrim? The ending is weird. The ending of the main campaign, I always thought it was kind of crazy. You end up, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's a clusterfuck. Okay, that's what I'll say. It was on my Xbox. Yeah, I first played it on PS3. I remember. I had this cat for many years. She's dead now. Rest in peace. But she was a kitten at the time, and I was like 9. I think I was like 9 or 10 when the game came out, and I got it on launch. I was very fortunate for that. And I remember I just remember, like, curling up with this little kitten and playing Skyrim, like, when I was a little kid. It is, it's so nostalgic for me. I love Skyrim. I might play it on stream sometime. My friend said, "This is who I am."
That's right, Cindy. I'm gay. And in case you haven't noticed.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this clip before. I'm not gay.
I ain't gay. What are you talking about? You took her to that club.
So, they play good music.
You made love to me.
What about our trip to San Francisco then?
I wanted to go shopping.
I wanted to go shopping.
No, ho. First of all, you suck my...
Whatever, Ray. Okay, I don't want to...
I'm not gay. I wanted to go shopping. Classic. What movie is that from?
What did the judge tell you to calm down? No, the judge didn't tell me to calm down. Andrew told me to chill. I was just very, 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 very happy. I was so relieved because the judge started asking. The judge just has so many good lines of question. I'm like, yes, thank God. Like, I would write a note to Andrew, and then the guy to the left of me would write a note, and he would go to pass it over, and I noticed it was basically the same note. And then before, like, either of us would pass it over to Andrew for his cross, like, the judge would just, like, ask the question, basically, like, yes, thank God.
Unless D is misrepresenting this hearing, dude, that would be a huge thing to misrepresent, dude. And that's something, and honestly, that's something that is, like, so easily disproven too, right? Does that make sense? Like, it would be so easily disproven. Fuck. I mean, like, if he's lying, then I feel like that's just so little gain. Like, that's almost like no gain, right? Like, fuck. Like, you're getting, like, the early message out that you were winning the case, but the moment the case comes out and the papers come out and it turns out that you were lying the entire, it's just like, what are you getting off of that? Like, nothing, right?
Like,
he's delusional. Yes, he probably believes he's gonna win the case, okay? Because the judge was asking some tough questions. Like, yeah, that's what judges do. when you have a case like this, when you have a civil suit. But if the facts that we know are to be true, which they are, highly likely, then of course he's going to be found liable for some amount of money. But, yeah, anyway, judges ask fucking questions. That doesn't, like, this is the first hearing. Okay, Destiny is cooked. Like, he is. Like I said, I can see why Destiny, like, feels the way he does right now. But at the end of the day, I think he's coping. Like, he's just not gonna win this. The odds are stacked against him. Yeah, the judge may have, like, you know, been on his side a little bit, it felt like. But it's just not gonna last once they review the evidence. Why the fuck did he think this was okay? I don't know. I don't think he did. I think he just did it anyway. I don't think he gave a fuck. Like, I think Destiny is a psycho. I think he is a psycho narcissist. I don't think he cares about anybody, any of his loved ones in his personal life. He has no loved ones. Was the person underage? I don't know anything about this. No. No, they weren't there were no underage people involved. What happened was, he videoed a sex tape of his wife without her knowledge, and then sent the video to at least one person that we know of. And the reason we know is because this person blew the whistle. And this person was 19 years old, okay? So, yeah, they weren't underage, but Destiny is fucking 36. And he sent a video of him having sex with his wife to a 19-year-old woman. Alright, anyway. He probably did send it to other people, too. That's what I think. Why the fuck is he talking to a 19-year-old? The real question is, why is a 19-year-old talking to him? Like, come on. Like, come on. Why? Well, I think because he has clout. I think that's why. He has some, like, internet fame. People like clout. People be talking to people with clout. This is gonna sound odd, but hear me out. Oh boy.
Because
I'm unpausing the video.
There's just a lot of public commentary about this.
That's
people
what he's
that
saying.
They obviously fucking hate me.
Oh, I was gonna say clout.
Like,
yeah.
Reasonable things.
Yeah, I'm
so,
big
like,
brain.
lines of questioning,
I have
like,
a
in my
crystal
mind,
ball.
like, this is so obvious, right? Like, it's so obvious. And this is a line of thought that's been carried from. Just
Oh, I can see the future.
Where it's like, oh, like, if you know, if
I legitimately sometimes I feel like
obviously,
I do see the future.
That it's going to be published on the internet, and obviously me and the other lawyer like writing notes and like,
yeah, he's talking about people being keyboard.
And this is one of those things. Just wait. Just wait. Give it like 6 months. This case will be over. It'll be settled. It might not even take that long. I don't know. He could drag it out. Destiny could drag it out. We'll see. But I think the verdict is he's gonna owe money. He's gonna owe a lot of money. That's what I think. I've been wrong before, but you know, it really depends on how concrete the evidence is. But I'm so confused on how he met this person. Was it a viewer? I think he met them on a dating app. I think that's what I heard. I could be wrong about that though. Like, look, I'm actually not very familiar with the details of this case. I've told you pretty much everything I know. Okay, I think. Foodshops, however, I think she knows a little bit more than she's letting on. She probably knows more details about this case than me. And you would have to if you want to defend Destiny, if you want to do the mental gymnastics to make him the good guy, or the not so bad guy. Was the sex tape of him with a guy also? No, that's different. That is a different sex tape. That was, as far as I know, a consensual sex tape. But yes, he did. There is a video of him. I've seen it. I saw it. Apparently, the dick was attached to Nick Fuentes. Apparently, I don't know if that's true either. Okay, but yeah, I know about the Destiny cocksucking video. You were asking if it was real. Yeah, that was real. Yeah, I felt straight that day when I heard about it. That's what I heard. Yeah. You probably heard that from me, man. I probably talked about that on my stream. Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was a funny moment.
The judge is like, well, hold on. You're like, didn't plaintiff do exactly that? And they were like,
also, transcripts are going to be released unless Pixie's lawyers are successful in blocking it. Dude, give me the... Honestly, alright, if Destiny is lying, then yeah, I don't think they should block the transcripts, right? Like, fuck. I mean, it's gonna make him look horrible if he's lying, right?
Well, that's different because it involves... It's like, but she also did...
Lofu, do you have blindness to Destiny lies, though, to be fair? Wrong, okay? Before, I would have considered what you're saying. And normally I am incredibly careful how biased I am, okay? Normally I am very careful with how biased I am, okay? I said time and time again, I have to check my own biases to make sure that it's not influencing the way that I'm doing my commentary, right? However, like, with all the Cameron stuff going down, with all the...
Okay, look, I'm gonna let her finish, okay? But I just wanted to say that I am very biased. I am a biased person. I believe that everyone is biased, and, like, obviously we all are. We all have biases. It is important to acknowledge them and try to remain impartial when you're doing political commentary, but it's just inescapable. To an extent, I think it's okay to have biases. It's okay to use your biases. I'm a very biased person. I'm biased, typically, like, when it's a left-right issue, I'm gonna be siding with the left. That's a bias. But, like, people like this are so obsessed with being impartial that they get lost in the plot. Like, they want to be impartial so much that they will forget everything else. Like, you do not have to take the most moderate stance that you possibly can on every issue. You don't. And Foodshops doesn't even do that. Okay, like what inevitably happens when you try to be a moderate like that is you're going to, like, make very confusing content. You're going to make left-wing content, and you're going to make right-wing content. Okay? And it's okay to, like, be more left-wing or more right-wing on particular issues, but, like, when you're constantly juxtaposing yourself on, like, you're juxtaposing yourself to yourself, and you're going to, number one, confuse your fans, and it may not be immediate, but you will confuse them, and number two, you're going to bring in an audience that you don't want, which is what's happening to Foodshops now, I think. She just doesn't realize it yet. But yeah, like, she's drawing in more viewers, she's getting more donos, that's great for her. I don't see her channel continuing in an upward trajectory unless she goes back to making left-wing content, because at the end of the day, she's Asian, she's a person of color, and she's trans, and the audience that she's fostering, they aren't gonna like that very much. They're not gonna like her identity.
I was justified and right on that, even though I was biased against him or for him or whatever the fuck. And with how all the other things were going down and how I was right on Destiny and shit, like, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, I think I'm incredibly fair. Okay, I think I'm incredibly fair. I check my biases all the time. Okay, like, fuck it. I recognize I'm biased for Destiny. Yeah, of course I recognize I'm biased for Destiny, but that's why I check it. Yes, that's the point. Yeah.
With her.
Wait, what? I know you're not. You just said okay, let me just read what you just said. Low Foods, you have blindness to Destiny lies, though, to be fair. Dude. Hello? You can't just say that I'm blind to Destiny lies. And then you said, what? I know you're not a dummy. Just stop playing dumb. Okay, stop doing that. It's cringe.
Boyfriend at the time as well, right? And they were like, yeah. And the judge shut down so many lines of questioning. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, I don't feel like a fucking lunatic. It feels, oh my God, I felt so sane by the end of the questioning.
Every streamer says that. You're right. You're actually right. You're actually right. You shouldn't believe any streamer who says something like that, okay? Which is why you should only make the exception for me, okay?
Holy shit. Oh my God, and one of the most brutal lines of questioning where Zip Zip came from the judge, when the judge had to ask like 3 times.
Okay, Loki, you're falling into like the whole bias, like how do you say it? The bias, okay? Fuck, I don't know what else to call it. It's like a fallacy. It's a fallacy of some kind, okay? Where you're saying, oh, just because you're biased in a manner doesn't mean that you can actually make a correct decision or a correct opinion off of something, okay? But that's not correct, is it? Everybody has biases. Everybody has biases, okay? Does that mean that nobody can make any kind of opinion or judgment call on anything? Right? This is why I said you can't get rid of biases, but you can learn to recognize them. You can learn to be cognizant of them. And I do that fucking constantly. And I absolutely hate it when a shitter chatter in my chat tells me that I haven't been cognizant of my biases. Because every single fucking stream, I constantly repeat how I'm trying to be cognizant of my biases. I'm sick and tired of people like you. Okay, I'm timing you out for like 5 minutes, okay? I love you, all right? I still love you.
When Doe was on the stream, he was like, do you have any evidence at all that this happened within...
Take a week off.
And then it was like, well, somebody messaged me who's...
Time out.
I'm sorry, this is for my own sanity, okay? You're making me nuts, okay? God.
Sister said that they messaged me, but then they deleted it. Like, is there any evidence past that?
Yo, she got a little heated there.
And then my favorite was, oh my God, my favorite...
I am a streamer. I am a streamer. I am cognizant of my biases. I am a streamer.
When you're in court, you can do like, let me ask you a question, and the person
time to take your lithium. You're right.
Kind of yaps, and you're like, non-responsive. I'm gonna ask the question again, and this happened like 2 or 3 times. It was so funny. She didn't want to answer. They just had to keep saying.
The issue is you can't just say you're biased. You should point out something specifically you're incorrect about. Yes, 100%. You can't just say, oh, you're just biased. You can't say anything because you're just biased. Well, no shit, weirdo. Okay. What you should say is, I think you're incorrect about this, and this is why you're incorrect, okay? And I think you would have said otherwise if you didn't have favorable views towards this person. If you just say, I'm biased, that's bad faith, okay? Period.
ABMC. Right. Yeah, oh my God, which looked so bad. But the, when Andrew asked...
Like, fuck, I actually, sorry, fuck, I'm just so mad right now. I actually hate how, when people don't recognize the efforts that I put out, okay? I actually hate it. I put so much effort, okay? Fuck, I put so much effort into, like, this, like, recognizing bias thing, okay? Like, fuck. And then when people still treat me so bad faith, holy fuck, I get so mad, okay? I actually become so angry, dude. Holy shit.
The same question, like, 3 times.
Like, just know, if that wasn't Loki, I would have perma-banned them, okay? I would have perma-banned them if that wasn't Loki, okay? But just because Loki has been in this community for such a long time, okay?
And he was like, non-responsive. Let me repeat the question.
Fuck.
And then she finally, like, answers. She's like, yes, but then blah, 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 blah. And he's like, thank you.
Also, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, oh, the mouse takes the cookie and now they want the milk, right? That's what it reminds me of, all right? That's what it fucking reminds me of. The reason it reminds me of that is because I already morally condemn Destiny. That's way beyond a lot of DGGers, what a lot of DGGers do now, right? That's way beyond a lot of DGGers who don't even morally condemn Destiny, right? So it sounds like I'm giving you some cookies and now you want the milk too. Fuck you.
Your Honor, strike everything from the record after yes. And then he goes on to the next question, and I'm like, holy shit.
What did Loki say to piss her off so bad? I mean, I remember it was a rhetorical question. Like all he said was like, I don't know, like, don't you think maybe the fact that you're a legacy DDGer, maybe that is like affecting your perspective on this case, on this issue, perhaps? And she's just like losing her fucking mind over it. I don't know.
Oh my God, it was so brutal.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
I'm gonna get some water.
I felt very good. I felt very sane by the end of it. The other lawyer was trying to just ask me the dumbest questions.
I like and respect your position. Also, like, again, right? Like, if I was trying to be incredibly pretentious, right? Sorry, I was not listening because I was so fucking like mad. Okay. If I was trying to be pretentious, I would be trying to cover everything that Destiny says on the lawsuit without me being a lawyer, without me knowing anything about legal proceedings, right? But do you know who have been commenting on this thing and not just simply saying I don't know? Ja3starr, Queeman, all of these people. All right, all these people have been commenting on this, on how Destiny's gonna lose the legal case when they don't know jack shit about legal proceedings. Okay, at least I admit that I don't know jack shit, right? That should be your indicator for you. That should be your indicator for you, but you're just ignoring it.
But they were like so easy. I don't know if this guy thought he had like
My
some
bro.
Didn't you
You know less than jack shit. I know jack shit about legal proceedings. You know less than me.
I don't know how much
Therefore,
I want to get, but
Like honestly, if I was really trying to like parrot like Destiny propaganda, I would have covered every single fucking Destiny stream on the court cases and just constantly said, true, Destiny is right here. I totally know about this. Destiny is right. Yeah, I would have said that constantly again and again and again and again, but I haven't. Do you know why? It's because I don't even know if Destiny is right about this. Okay, fuck.
oh yeah, what a disgusting fuck. There's so many things that
learning.
Unbiased queen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not unbiased, okay? But that's the point, okay? I don't say that I'm unbiased, okay? Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Harry.
you could have brought up, but we just didn't have the time. It was only 2.5 hour hearing. Oh yeah, they were like, is it true that you directed your fans to Kiwi Farms by posting about it publicly? But then later on, the judge asked, well, wait, didn't plaintiff also post about it publicly? It's like, yes, thank you. Yes, they did. Yes. Oh, and then the judge himself, unprompted, brought up, he was like, because I think they were talking about damages or something, or not really, because we weren't out of the damage.
If you acknowledge that everyone has 1,000 biases, then there'll be 2 reasonable responses. Yeah. And here's the thing, like I even said it before, I have a bias against Jews. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, I have pretty anti-Semitic biases. Okay, but regardless, I'm still covering Israel and Palestine, still covering Hassan.
What?
And here's the thing, like I even said it before, I have a bias against Jews. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, I have pretty anti-Semitic biases. Okay, but regardless, I'm still covering Israel and Palestine,
What?
still covering Hassan,
Okay.
covering whatever, right? Like I am pretty anti-Semitic. But the
So basically, what she said just now is, I'm a fucking moron, and I don't know anything about Judaism, and that's why that's why I still commentate, but I keep that in mind when I'm calling Hassan Piker a Jew-hating terrorist. I'm keeping in mind how anti-Semitic I am when I say that. Okay, food shop.
Is that
Thank
like I'm
you.
still listen?
Yeah, you're anti-Semitic. Very cool. We already knew that.
Fuck.
Okay. By the way, I'm not surprised that she recognizes that she's anti-Semitic. I am surprised that she would say it publicly, like just like that, so casually. Just be like, yeah, you know, I have a bias against Jewish people. I just hate Jews. Like, why would, like, I know. Believe me, dude, I know. You want to know how I know that? Because she, like, and many people like her, conflate Zionism and Judaism. And Zionism is evil. It is evil. And in my opinion, not just in my opinion, factually, it is completely separate from Judaism. It is the bastardization of Judaism. It's just, it is what evangelical Christianity is to, you know, normal Christianity. It is what fucking Sharia law is to Islam. Okay, Zionism, it's what Nazism is to, actually Nazism is just like pure fascism with I guess it does have a Christian flavor to it. Yeah. But anyway, all that is to say is if I thought that Zionism was Judaism, I'd be anti-Semitic too. Okay, if I were a fucking stupid, moronic idiot, yeah, I'd be anti-Semitic as well. So, I will give her credit for that. Okay, I will give her that, but that's where my my charitability on that ends. And keep in mind that while, yes, she confuses Judaism and Zionism, and that is why she's anti-Semitic, it's not like that's anybody's fault except her own. It's not like she couldn't fix that very easily by paying attention, by listening, by reading a fucking book even. Or, like, just watching the news, or any of that shit, okay? That's it.
Doesn't plaintiff posting a public...
Let me play that clip one more time.
Is that like I'm still...
Let me play that clip one more time. I want to hear that again.
Has 1,000 biases, then there'll be 2 reasonable responses. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like,
I'm anti-Semitic.
I have a bias.
I'm so anti-Semitic.
Okay? I am pretty anti-Semitic biases. Okay, but regardless,
so
I'm still covering Israel and Palestine, still covering Hassan, covering whatever X and Y, right? Like I am pretty anti-Semitic. But the point is that like I'm still... Listen, that's it, all right? Like, fuck.
I want to ask her, why is she anti-Semitic? Like, I want to know. Like, what, you say you're anti-Semitic. Okay, like, why? The fuck did they do to you? Like, what do you not like about Judaism? And I would ask her that in the hopes that she would describe Zionism. But that's not what she's going to do, because she believes that the Israeli state, the Zionist project, is like justified and awesome, even though it is. She also at the same time recognizes that it's brutal and cruel. But anyway, let's keep going.
Doesn't plaintiff posting a public Substack?
Oh, we got way off topic
there. Doesn't that kind of exacerbate the issue? I'm like, yeah,
but
like,
it's okay. Now we're back. We're back to the destiny.
I was like anti-Semitic or something. Like I thought I was joking. No, I'm not joking. I am actually pretty anti-Semitic. Okay.
Yeah, I know you're not joking.
These, okay.
I knew you weren't joking.
Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you.
I immediately knew you weren't joking. You did not have to clarify. Maybe she did need to clarify for the rest of her audience. No, guys, I really am anti-Semitic. I really am. You don't get it, like.
Lies against you.
Oh my God.
Like, I think a lot of us already know.
Okay, you are alive. Okay, I love you, Loki.
Anyway,
I appreciate you. We're in an abusive relationship, Loki. Okay, that's what's going on.
Isn't there a court transcript from today that's public? So if you want, you can do a private hearing. You would have to request in advance. And I don't know if you do a motion. What
the fuck is this game? It's like it's a turn-based, it's an RTS. It's an RTS where I think you play as it's like a Marines versus aliens type thing. So like aliens are invading and you gotta shoot them. Is it free? No, I don't think so. It came out a few years ago. I don't even know what game it is. Yeah, and it doesn't say down here either. Yeah, who knows? Alright, before I go, this is me at 60.
Your friend publicly insinuated that I was a homosexual.
That's fucked up.
And?
Beverly, no! You must have misunderstood. Attention, Republicans! Beverly Leslie is a homosexual. Beverly Leslie is a homosexual.
To be fair, that's pretty easy to misunderstand. It's easy to confuse that.
I want to seal the hearing. I want to seal the transcript.
It really sounded like she was calling him a homosexual.
Although now that the hearing is over,
but for real, I'm STR8. Stop sending me these cryptic messages. I don't know what that means.
Said they're going to file a motion to try to seal the transcript, but it was in open federal court. Like there's a guy in my chat who was there this morning. So I don't know why they think they can. I don't know why they think they can seal the transcript now when they literally held this in open.
I hope you weren't joking after your 8th daily DM.
LMAO, so are you going in her channel tonight? I want to be there for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll go there. Yeah, come here first. I am going to be pausing the stream around 9 p.m. Central. And I'll be gone for a couple hours, and then I'll come back on. But I'll probably be in her chat before then. Yeah. It's going to be a good time, okay? I'm going to tell her about my new video. I hope she likes the thumbnail. I like the thumbnail. I worked really hard on it. Wait, let me pull up the thumbnail real quick. Let me show it to you before you leave. Oh yeah. There there it is. I think it's a good thumbnail. I feel like it is. OMG LOL. I worked hard. This took real skill, okay? This took artistic skill. I approve. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not a great artist, but I'm proud of that. All right.
With a picture of Dachu. Who the fuck is Dachu? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't get the joke. If it's a
They were talking about Dachau. Dumbass. Dachu. Yo, she said I'm anti-Semitic. What is Dachu? Yeah, alright. Well, also, where is your buff pics? In my phone. In a place, not just, like, in my camera roll, but, like, in a place that you'll never find them in my phone. That nobody will ever find them. If I die, they'll be lost forever. It's true. But yeah. That's crazy. So, this chatter said, I knew you weren't joking after your 8th daily DM with a picture of Dachau. 8th daily DM with a picture of Dachau. She was sending pictures of Dachau? Well, I don't want to see you nude, just a pic of you rip. I thought we were homeboys. No? I'm just kidding. I thought we were N-words, is what he actually said. I did not say homeboy. I know you didn't say homeboys. I know that. It was a joke. It was a joke. Nah, I was gonna say something though. You said, what does that mean? Okay, so Dachau, if you didn't know, was a concentration camp in Nazi Germany. I believe it was in southern Germany. I believe it was in... I could be wrong about that, but let me look it up. I know that Auschwitz was in Poland. I believe that Dachau was, like, near Munich or something. Location. Yeah, Upper Bavaria, southern Germany, about 10 miles northwest of Munich. Dude, I am fucking on it, dude. I know my shit. Yeah, Dachau was one of the most, like, brutal camps. Not that they were, like, any of them were not brutal, but, like, it was just unimaginable human suffering. But that's what Dachau was. She referred to it as Dachu. She doesn't know what the fuck Dachau is, which is funny because she just said that, like, I'm so anti-Semitic, I'm so anti-Semitic, and, like, yeah, you don't even know what fucking Dachau is, dumbass.
The Jewish joke.
Don't even know how to fucking say it.
I'm Jewish. What gives? Like my own biases? I don't know.
Yeah, look, that's another thing, too. Like, don't get me wrong, she calling yourself anti-Semitic will attract new people. Like, it will bring people into her community, people that like that sort of thing. But she's going to turn away a lot of people like this, like 00 Govan 00, who says, I'm Jewish, what gives? Yeah, I mean, what gives? Why, like, why are you, like, people are going to be like, why do you hate me? Like, you don't even know me. Why are you anti-Semitic? Would you ever do that? No. No, I would never intentionally, like, turn people away for their identity. I'm very careful about what I say. I try to be. Just for a few viewers, yeah, no, I won't ever compromise my beliefs. And my fundamental belief is that, well, there are a few things, but I fundamentally believe that all people should be treated equally, regardless of their color, creed, or anything about their identity. Unless well, maybe not anything about their identity, but anything genetic, anything you can't change, like that part of your identity. Your color, creed, race, religion. Would you ever call me an N-word off stream? No. No, I I don't say the N-word. I have said it in the past. Okay, I've said this before. Like, I have said the word before. But I have not said it since probably, like, fucking 2019 or something. Since I was, like, 17 or so. How come mixed racing doesn't bother you? I thought most white people would be afraid of the race dying out. No, not a lot of white people. I don't think a lot of white people are afraid of that. I think that some white people are. And it's not that that's not real. Like that, like I mean, it's not real. Like the white genocide is not. It's not real. That's not happening. Okay, but it is real that people say that. Like people do be talking about white erasure, white replacement. That's what it's called. And it has even gotten some mainstream attention in a way that they're validifying it. Okay, a very good example of this is Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson believes in white replacement theory. He thinks that it's happening, and he was talking to my grandparents, all our grandparents for years and years. He was like the lead anchor on Fox News for many years, and he fucking believes that because he's a white supremacist piece of shit. But mixed racing, you asked me why mixed racing doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because it just like it doesn't fucking matter. Like and most people recognize that it doesn't matter. But I'll take it one step further. Not only does it not matter, but it's made up. The whole concept of race is completely made up, and it was made up about 100 years ago. Okay, or at the beginning of the 19th century, a bit over 100 years ago. But there was not this concept of whiteness, and there was no concept of race before whiteness. Like, whiteness juxtaposes all the other races. You have white people, and then you have everyone else. That's the way that it was back then. That's like the idea that they came up with. And who was in this white club depended on your ethnic background, not just the color of your skin, but your ethnicity. Okay, that's why Irish people and Scottish people weren't considered white. That's why Germans weren't considered white. Okay, basically to be white, you had to be English or French or from mainland Spain, I believe. But yeah, anyway, race mixing is like nothing. It's just like, it's a nothing issue. And that's the way a majority of white people interpret it. But, of course, there are still some racist white people, even some, like, younger white supremacist white people. And, you know, typically you wouldn't expect that because it's just, like, a very antique kind of, it's a very antiquated issue. People see it as like something that boomers got upset about, things that like Gen Xers got upset about, not anybody my age. Fucking, there's a fly in here, man. Anyway, let's continue.
No?
We got off topic. That's okay.
At some point, I kind of found out that, you know, a lot of the way that I talk about Jews is like with actual disregard, like with actual like malice behind them, right? Like sometimes when I'm like making an anti-Semitic joke, like I'm not like, I kind of notice that it's not just me like joking or whatever. Like I actually don't like Jewish people to a degree. But the point is that like obviously when I'm covering Hassan drama or actually evaluating whether or not anti-Semitism is disgusting, obviously I'm trying to check my biases, right? Like the thing is that like
what she's saying is that, I'm anti-Semitic, okay, that's number one, but I check my biases, my anti-Semitism, and I reach an objective truth. So, like, what she's saying is, like, I'm anti-Semitic, but I can objectively say that anti-Semitism is bad. And also, me, the anti-Semite, gets to decide who's being anti-Semitic, because I'm just so objective. Because I'm such a truth seeker. Because it's all based in facts and logic. You're a fucking idiot. You're a charlatan.
I guess I can't really get rid of my biases there.
And
because the
you're
thing
a piece
is
of
that like
shit.
Society has bred them into me.
And
so
every day that I watch your content, my opinion of you goes lower and lower. And that's why I keep watching you. I want to see how low you can go. Like, it's kind of crazy. Just like how at first, when I first started watching this person, I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know their opinions or anything, and slowly it has been revealed to me. Like it has been slow. Like some of this shit I did not see coming. Legitimately, like I didn't even think she would say the N-word live on stream. I didn't think that would ever fucking happen. I didn't think any of this shit would happen. It's crazy.
It's not like I can just like wave away my anti-Semitism.
What's happening,
but yeah,
man?
you know, like,
When people were there,
Now
like,
she's saying I'm literally anti-Semitic, and also I am the decider of who is anti-Semitic. Because of that, or maybe despite that, I don't know.
Or whatever, but
like, by the way, okay, if I can just snap away discrimination or my biases or whatever, like I would, okay, like, but anyone would. But like the thing is obviously you can't. It's a feeling. That's good to recognize. How many Jews have you ever known? Very, very little. That's probably why. I also view black people like with discrimination too. Okay, it just comes with the territory of being raised East Asian. Okay, that's it.
Oh no, guys, it's just because of how I was raised. No. I was raised in Alabama. In southern Alabama. And I genuinely, and I recognize this, I'll say it again. I know I already said it like 2 seconds ago, but I was a bigoted person. I was like, it was not good. Like, I had very shitty opinions. I think that it hurt people around me, probably. I think that it was bad, okay? But, this goes back to another fundamental belief that I have, which is that people can change. People can grow. I changed. I did, and I'm not that same bigoted person anymore. I don't think I am at all. I literally think I've transcended all of it, okay? Like I know that I am familiar with the concept of self-actualization, okay? And like, yeah, I know that nobody's ever done working on themselves. But I truly believe that I no longer hold on to all that hatred, all that bigotry. I view people as equals. One human life is equal to another. Okay? All human lives are infinitely valuable and also equal to each other at the same time. That's what I think. Okay? It doesn't matter what your identity is.
I just have to put in a little bit.
Unless your identity is a certain political faction, like Nazis.
More extra effort.
Then I don't. Then I'll judge you for your identity.
True. Jesus.
Come on.
Okay,
somebody
like,
say something.
Is,
damn.
Like inferring in real life, okay? Like this person is inferring IRL, right? Like IRL Jewish friends. Hi, Foodshops. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. Okay. Loki made me mad, but now me and Loki, we're like BFFs. Okay. We're like best friends forever. Okay.
Your public coverage of the case on stream come up at all? Not really, but I don't know if they had that line of questioning prepared.
By the way, I just realized that she said to me in that clip when I went into her chat last night. She said you know, I've been getting more donos tonight. Like, I've been getting more, and she said, you caught me in a good mood. Because I've been getting more donos this evening. So, what that means is, she's talking about right now. She's getting more she's getting those donos right now. After she just said, like, I'm so anti-Semitic, guys. I'm so fucking anti-Semitic. Like that's crazy. This is.
I've been live tweeting about this case.
This is crazy,
about
man.
this publicly.
That's my commentary.
So
okay, this shit is crazy.
They just didn't prepare a line of questioning there, but.
I don't mean to be racist, but every black person I work with is lazy. Oh, really? Jesus.
Yo, I mean, not to be racist, guys, and then proceeds to say some racist shit. Classic. I love that.
Instead of saying that, I would probably say something like this. Yeah, I think it is, like, racist. I think it is racist for me to say that, but I don't care.
Look, I'll say it. White people are lazy. Black people are lazy. People are lazy, okay? People don't like working. The fuck? Like, what the hell are we talking about? Like, yeah, my black coworkers have been lazy too. I don't meet a lot of hardworking black people, and I don't meet a lot of hardworking white people. I think generally, though, I've met more hardworking black people. I don't know why. I wouldn't work hard for this system if it treated me like the way it does. Working sucks, but we can agree that blacks are at number 1, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a black supremacist. I'm actually a black supremacist. Black people are superior. As hardworking, Yo, every time somebody says like that, I automatically think they're a Canadian, just so you know. That's called Black Panthers. Yeah, there was the Black Panthers. Okay, they were not black supremacists. No, they weren't. Nah, they were like, they were like anti-nationalists. They just were like a retaliatory group. There have been black supremacist groups though. That's happened. Just not, they weren't the Black Panthers. You could actually argue that the Nation of Islam was like a black supremacist group, if anything. And actually, that's kind of accurate. LOL. Yeah. I'm a fan of the Black Panthers. That shit was awesome. Did you know that the Black Panthers managed to get the NRA to advocate for gun legislation, for gun regulation legislation? They got the NRA to do that. It's the only time and it's because they carried guns openly. So the NRA, if you don't know, the National Rifle Association, when they saw all these black people carrying guns, they were like, oh, we gotta do gun regulation, guys. We gotta.
The truth is,
I don't hire black people. Yeah, that's a classic. It's a classic clip. Yo, that's what we say to each other. That's what white people say to each other, by the way, pretty much. Like, I'm not even joking. That's just straight up like how it is. Like this is the white perspective. Like I'm the white person. I'm talking to this white person, and I'm a white person, and like she's up in my face.
hire black people.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't care. I am going to say something
Anyway,
racist. I am! Okay? Yeah,
What?
That's probably all I'll say.
Was avoiding your subpoenas.
What? Food shop saying
IDMC
something
was
racist?
supposed
That's
to sue me
crazy.
as well.
I never
got a
would
demand
have
letter from her
seen
saying
that
she was going to sue
coming.
me by the same lawyers that are representing
That's wild.
Pixie, which is also a massive conflict of interest, by the way, but whatever. However, this was like a month and a half ago, and nothing came from it. And now that she's elected to be a star witness on this case, we tried to serve a subpoena to her.
Fun fact, that is
via
Joan Rivers'
Pixie's
daughter?
attorneys, and they're saying, oh, we can't accept service on behalf of that
Joan
person.
Rivers.
So I don't know if she dropped that law firm, but she's staying on as a witness.
Here, hold on. I'll look her up in a
addresses
second.
that the service processor has available. She's avoided process at she's avoided service.
Wait, is she playing the Fallout bunker game? Oh wait, no, this is the same game. This is the same game.
So,
wait, I didn't even know it had this. It's a. Huh. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, so it's an RTS, and it's a base builder. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm sure they aren't saying we got crushed. What do you think they did well in? They honestly, it just wasn't anything. It was
hot. Don't. Oh, now I gotta. Wait, I'll pull it up off screen. Is she like a porn star or something? Joan Rivers. Oh, it's her. Oh yeah. Oh, wait, that is her daughter? Yo, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. That's crazy. I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't remember this person, but yeah, I do know who Joan Rivers is. I just didn't know her name. Yep. God, look at her. She is a specimen, dude. God damn. Melissa Rivers, is she an actress? She been in anything else? Let's find out. There she is. She's been in a bunch of shit. She was in Hell's Kitchen, Fashion Police, Joy, whatever the fuck that is. Nobody saw that. Cubed. She was on The Apprentice? Of course she was. The L World. The L Word. The L Word? Buffy the Vampire is Jewish, and goddamn, I had no idea. She looks Aryan. Yeah, I mean, Jewish people can have blonde hair, blue eyes. It's kind of funny, actually. There were Jewish people that lived in Nazi Germany that, like, nobody knew that they were Jewish. Just like nobody had any idea. Not a natural blonde, though. Yeah. All the way back to 1978. So wait, when was she in, it's not even on here. Are you sure it's her? It's not, That's So Raven is not listed on here. I'm not saying it's not her, I just don't know. Anyway, back to this.
Oh my god, even the lawyer. Oh, Zip, do you remember when the judge asked the lawyer, he was like, oh my god, I'm so... Dude, I almost started crying in court because this lawyer made me feel so fucking seen and sane.
Oh, okay. Okay, I almost started crying in court. So, earlier, they were saying, well, I'm not even gonna say it. It's so fucking stupid.
That you cited,
like, you almost cried in court? Bro, you're in court because of what you did.
I think he asked, has there been a single time where the plaintiff wasn't the one, or the defendant wasn't the one, I think, was it to publish any of this online? Are any of the cases you've cited, is there any case law on that whatsoever? And the guy said, and he had to eventually say, no, there's nothing. Oh my god.
It's pretty bad. That's pretty bad if true. Okay.
So,
pretty bad. Pretty bad if true.
Yeah, I mean, there's no precedent. There actually there is precedent, and I can argue it. Okay, there was a case a long time ago. I forgot what it was called. Again, I'm not a lawyer, okay, but there was a case where a guy set up cameras and pointed them at his neighbor's house, and in fact, it recorded them without their knowledge, and he was like, there was no law around doing that back then. So the precedent was set with that case, and basically you can't do that. You can't secretly record people in their domicile without their consent. You're not allowed to do that. Especially if you're fucking them. I think especially. Okay, maybe not in the eyes of the law, but actually, maybe. I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer.
Again, okay, I again, like, dude, no.
But to say that there's no precedence on this.
For discussion.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what, Giga lawyer, we are going to create new legal ground. We are.
When there is no precedence for a case, all that means is that something new happened. Something new happened that our courts have never seen before. That's all it means. Okay, it doesn't mean that, but anyway, to say that this has never happened before is crazy. Okay, yeah, people have been recorded without their consent before. Shit like this has appeared in court. The fuck do you mean there's no precedence? It's the precedent.
We're going to explore new legal ground.
It's the precedent of it all.
Okay?
It's the president.
I don't think so.
It's the president.
The so quickly, the case law has nothing to do with this. Yeah.
Dude, I hope they recorded it. Like, do you think they recorded it or what? Like, fuck, dude. Fuck! It sounds like amazing content. Like, it actually, like, yeah. Brooklyn, I'm Jewish. Okay, cool.
What's next? I mean, it could take this guy anywhere
I'm
from,
Jewish. Do you want
3
to
days
elaborate
to
on
weeks
why
to
you're
public service
anti-Semitic
recommendation. Who
for
knows?
me?
I think I actually have like a. I think a good
Nah,
amount
shut
of
up,
viewers
chatter.
are
Shut the
Jewish.
fuck up.
Well, what responsibility do you have when you're acknowledging yourself harmful biases? Because it seems like being upfront about it is not mitigation of the harm, but more like saving face. No, wrong. No, it's when I acknowledge it. When I acknowledge it, okay. First of all, right. Number one, it is saving face, right? Sure, I agree to some extent. I think that it is saving face. But number two, all right, you might have said something where, in a reality, where you have not acknowledged it privately or publicly, you would have said something else, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Right? So like, for example, okay, that's just an example, okay? Let's just say I saw a black person on stream acting like a thug, okay?
Okay.
Let's just say when I'm on stream and I'm like, if I didn't check myself, I would have said something like, God, why do all black people act this way, dude? God, they're so cringe. But then if I go like,
Yeah,
why do
that would
wait,
be racist.
yeah, I guess I am pretty racist. Okay, well, you know, oh, whatever. This one person is acting thuggish. Whatever, dude. I don't really get. Like, do you like now? There's a difference. Now there's a difference in the commentary. Do you see that? Yeah.
So what about the damages?
No, that's not you checking your biases. That is you, like, suppressing your compulsion to spew vile racism, which apparates in your mind. Okay? That doesn't mean that you're, like, okay, yeah, you didn't say something racist that you thought in your head. Good job. You want a medal? You want a pat on the back? You want a good job for that? I'll give it to you. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Foodshops, for not like harassing a black person. Thank you for doing that. You are so impartial and objective. You are a true truth seeker. You are a thought haver.
Being pushed on this case when there is no.
You are a deep thought haver.
Probably be hearing this case because they have no evidence of the federal statute. There's no diversity jurisdiction between me and plaintiff. We both live in the same state, so. What are the range of possibilities for his ruling? I mean, the range is all the way from the judge decides. Actually, I think I'm going to fully grant this preliminary injunction, which is unlikely, all the way to the case gets.
This audience definitely has a higher percentage of Jews in the population. Dude, not gonna lie, I need more IDF soldiers in here. I think I've unironically said that, okay? Yeah. I just want to hear about this case. You're racist.
Yeah, I wish I had more war criminals in my chat. Yo, I wish I had more war criminals in my chat. Me too. I don't think I want the IDF ones, but it'd be pretty epic to have some war crime committers in my chat. I think that'd be cool.
Isn't my
so,
problem. Okay.
Relatable.
You can hear about this case. I don't care.
With the recommendation that the case gets tossed, which is probably not as likely. This was just a hearing for the preliminary injunction, but obviously we're pushing really hard on the subject matter jurisdiction now anytime we can because there's no reason for the court doesn't have the authority to hear this case, right? Did they mention sanctions for their behavior? No, we didn't get into any of that or whatever. Are you gonna go over the transcript once it's out? Yeah, maybe.
Wait, hold on. By the way, if you just wanted to hear about this case, you could have just like went to his VOD. You don't have to watch my commentary on it, dude. Like Jesus. The entire point of watching this is because like you're getting my commentary along with this.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oof, I feel like.
Who is she talking to?
That makes no sense, dude.
I trust me. I want to hear your commentary. I want to hear it.
Yeah, fuck.
So ban me.
That's why I'm here.
Bro, you can just leave. You're dismissed. Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, it is kind of silly when chatters say that, like, oh, just ban me. Like, you clicked on my stream, bro. Like, you're watching me. Anyway, like, you can click off of it too. I don't know.
Yeah, Doe said that's not hearsay, and then the judge said all this time was hearsay.
Ban me, please notice me, streamer. Bro, we're just people.
Man, I feel
we're
like
just people in front of a camera.
I feel like you should be like very snappy. Like I hopefully that came through. I don't know. Like I feel like my testimony was like very concise, very to the point. Yes, no, I don't recall. What I've heard, and then obviously what I've been told as well is that speculating on the bench is it on the bench? On the stand is a really bad idea. If somebody's like, what do you think, when did this happen? You're like, well, I'm not sure, but there was this date, and then this happened, and blah, blah. And, yeah, there's a lot of...
Yeah, well, yeah, you when you're called to the stand, you're supposed to, like, give very accurate... Like, we're all human. We can't recall perfectly. And actually, that is the innate flaw in our judicial system, I believe. Like that. So like, again, not a lawyer. I'm not an expert on the justice system. Okay. I did briefly go to school and study our judicial system. I was a criminal justice major. Yeah, I took classes on it. But anyway, I did not want to continue pursuing that. So, but that, just for like a frame of reference, that is like my that's my baseline knowledge, is like basic criminal justice. What I have learned studying that, I believe that eyewitness testimony is relied on heavily, considering that it is so unreliable. Like, we use eyewitness accounts all the time, and we typically don't distinguish one eyewitness account from another. They're all just eyewitness accounts. There aren't really any subcategories for eyewitness statements. But eyewitness accounts are statistically unreliable. People just do not remember things correctly. They just don't. They especially when it comes to like hyper specific details, like the time that events occurred that they saw. People see things that didn't happen all the fucking time. Okay, people say that they saw things that they didn't. That's why you have fucking UFO sightings all the time. Okay, people see a little light in the sky, they think it's a fucking flying UFO, and it's usually not. It's usually just a comet or a star or some shit. Okay, or a plane. Technically, well, no, a plane is not a plane is kind of a UFO from the perspective of a person that doesn't know what a fucking plane looks like. Anyway, I think that like when it comes to eyewitness statements, they just shouldn't be used generally in court outside of specific scenarios. That being, if you are the victim of a crime, and there is evidence that the crime actually occurred, then your account of what happened is statistically going to be more reliable. Okay, but I'll take it a little bit further, because you don't have to be the victim of a crime. You just need to feel like you are the victim of something. Okay, when people feel victimized, they are able to recall their version of events with a lot of accuracy. Okay, this is proven. There are statistics to support this, and if anybody ask me for source, then I will try to find you one. Okay, but and a reliable one. But I believe that in those particular scenarios, eyewitness statements are factual and accurate. But outside of that, not really. Okay, so that's why Destiny's versions of events doesn't really fucking matter. He's not the victim here. He can use other evidence to support his arguments, but like the fact of the matter is, like, he's going to get it wrong. If you ask him to tell his story, he's gonna get it wrong. He's just a person. Okay, he cannot remember everything about
a lot of yapping
about everything.
Destiny, was it hearsay? It might have been, but this was a it's a preliminary injunction hearing. I think he allowed a lot. The judge allowed a lot more than ordinary because it's just a PI hearing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to enrage you, Lo. To be clear, coming from a place of I know you try to be fair.
That's not how that works. The judge doesn't just allow hearsay because, like, oh, it's a preliminary hearing, I guess I'm gonna allow hearsay. Hearsay is a real thing that happens, and if it happens in court, you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to say objection. That's literally what you're supposed to say. Or your lawyer is supposed to say it. You can say it too, but if you're going to object, you better be fucking right. Okay, so typically you want your lawyer to say it. And a lot of times, lawyers don't say anything when hearsay happens because they either don't notice it or they feel like there's... they feel like it would be too difficult to articulate why it is hearsay. Or maybe they think it doesn't really matter that much. I don't know. There could be a million reasons. But anyway, I don't know why I'm fucking
okay, you don't have to explain
right
anything. Okay, stop. Now you're putting me in an awkward... Stop. No. Stop typing. Seriously.
It's not like we were in front of a jury or anything like that, so.
Oh, but you will be. He will be in front of a jury, by the way. This will...
What the fuck? My background looks
and
like
that's... He's sweating over that, let me tell you.
Right? In a way, my
If he won't settle, this will go to a jury. And if it goes to a jury, he is ultra fucked. I'm telling you. It is so Jover for him if this goes to trial. He needs to settle.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. Talking about jury. Don't even say jury, bro. Like don't even think about it. Like if you allow that to happen, Destiny, you are so immensely done fucked. It's over.
Not exactly the same, but like the vibe, the ratio, the vibe kind of, yeah.
Can you explain what a preliminary injunction is? What happens next if granted? A preliminary injunction allows the court to enjoin the behavior of somebody in a lawsuit prior to the actual litigation of the matters themselves. So before a jury hears anything, a preliminary injunction allows a judge to say, hey, we're going to enjoin or stop a person from engaging in this behavior because we feel like there's 4 elements to granting a PI. I don't remember them all. It's like you have to show...
Oh, you know what? She probably cut out my message. I was wondering why it didn't show up yet. She probably cut it. I could be wrong. Maybe it's gonna be here in the last 7 minutes. But I don't know. I think she might have cut it out.
You have to show that in a balance of equities.
I wonder
why.
why.
News orbit? No, he blocked me. Probably not.
It makes sense to grant it, which I think means it's more beneficial than not. I think you have to show that it's not overly burdensome. I think. The person that the PI is granted towards, and you have to, and there's one other element, I don't remember, but the PI again that they're granting is, God, I'm so happy that the judge fucking...
Why would he block my queen? Because I was DMing him about the Pixie stuff. I was DMing him, I was like, dude, is it true that you leaked nudes? Yep. No shame.
Honed in on this.
Which again, yeah, like, I mean, if I get blocked by Destiny, by being morally consistent, there's just no reason to get mad at me. Like, fuck. Like, dude.
Because the plaintiff is, like, disgustingly trying to... They so badly want to rope me into kiwi farms. They're desperate. Oh. They're desperate to do it. But again, and I think Andrew brought that up, right, to the judge. When, Sorry, I just read that thing. Fuck, my mind just went. I didn't say much last night, and then I slept for like 4 hours afterwards. Oh, they want to desperately rope me into the Kiwi Farm stuff, and I think Andrew finally asked, or I think Andrew might have stated in our closing arguments, like, they should have sued Kiwi Farms. Like, why is Kiwi Farms not listed as a defendant on this case?
Huh? Because they didn't leak the nudes, dumbass. You did. You did. Just because they like... Yeah, Kiwi Farms sucks. Okay, I don't like Kiwi Farms. I'm not defending Kiwi Farms. I'm not. I shouldn't even say the name. I really shouldn't. Like, it is a disgusting website full of terrible people. Full to the brim of terrible people. Okay, that being said, They did not leak the nudes. They may have spread them around. Okay, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. And that is heinous. That is unacceptable. But you did this. You leaked it. Not Kiwi Farms. They have, from the court's perspective, they have nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. Because you originally leaked it. Okay, and that means you leaked it and you alone. Okay, nobody did it with you. It's not like Kiwi Farms fucking hacked your phone and just swiped the video off of it and then spread it around. That's not what fucking happened. So, like, this is just Destiny. By the way, he knows he's, like, liable. He knows he's guilty. He's trying to, like, say, like, oh, well, like, why? Well, if I'm liable, why can't this other party take some of the liability off of me? Right? They're liable too, right? And it's like, no, they're not. You are. You're liable. This
Destiny, if granted, what behavior would the PI enjoin anyways?
I'm
Basically
trying to
nothing,
point to him,
which is the
but
whole- which I think
this
is one of our
guy.
arguments, right?
This guy's
Even
liable.
Contempt doesn't accuse me of continuing to share any videos of them, except for one weird hearsay thing related to the Abbey, but even that was 2 years ago. Even if her statement is true, and so otherwise there's like no behavior to enjoin, and it doesn't even make sense. Like why? Like, yeah, the plaintiff isn't even really accusing me of like continually doing this. So.
Tron, I feel like I'm probably so genius, right? Because I be making people mad from chat. Okay. That is the very definition of Dunning-Kruger, okay? Like, literally, word by word what you just said. Dude. Why? Why would you say that?
Oh, yeah, they tried that. They tried that, but I think the judge asked for more clarification afterwards, right? Because they were like, because I think the judge said, do you have any other evidence besides this Abby person who didn't show up? They had no witnesses today, which they don't technically need.
Yeah,
But
smart is when you make
I
people
feel like
mad.
a subject matter jurisdiction question is very scary because you can get their whole case will be tossed if they don't have that, and they have no likelihood of success on the underlying state claims. The state claims are unhinged. They're like cyber sexual harassment, and they require malicious intent. And they might even require, I think, publishing of the media. And despite what Kiwi Farms, Logistical, or other retards say, if you actually read,
that's probably the president, right? Like
it's
the president is probably
the president.
Like,
it's the president of it.
Yeah.
Bro, please, if you say that you don't know anything about any of this shit, then don't fucking talk about precedents. Like, you realize in order to talk about precedents, you have to know cases. You have to know the cases that have happened in a related event. You have to know about similar cases to talk about precedents. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So, if you know nothing, then just don't even use the word. Like, don't even fucking say it. Say something else. Say Destiny would never do this. Unironically, like, instead of trying to take the impartial, objective approach, you literally would be better off just, like, defending Destiny to the bitter end. Just, like, dying on the hill. Like, you might as well just, fuck objective truth, fuck it. Just, like, be a Destiny defender. Like, make friends, okay? Make some friends with Destiny. Try to. Anyway, it's probably a little too late for that now, and I don't think it would be very useful for you. So, actually, the real thing that you should do is you should just, like, stop doing all of this. Stop, just, like, get on the Destiny hate train or something. I don't know, get them to block you and then be like, Destiny betrayed me. Destiny betrayed me.
There's not like it's not
do one of those again.
If you link a video on here, the link can be made public. No, publishing requires you to post it on a public website. It's pretty unambiguous. If you actually read cases, you see this. So yeah, there were times where they tried to get cute with that. Like he tried to say like, isn't it true? Or did you have like a Google Drive link or whatever? It's like, but no, or this is like not as you're phrasing it. Yeah, it's so funny to see them try to roll through. This guy is questioning me. He's trying to roll through like Kiwi Farms theories. And it's like, bro, really? Did the judge say anything about the whole Kiwi Farms will take down the video, but only with a court order thing? No, we didn't talk about that too much, but that on its face is like really stupid. It doesn't make any sense. A court order is an inappropriate mechanism to have a video removed and not reposted. The court order will only tell them to
Guys, it's impossible to really hate Loki, okay? I just want to let you guys know that. It's impossible because she's endearing, okay? She's endearing! I don't know what else to say, alright? Keep people around if they're endearing. If they're just assholes, then I don't keep them around, okay?
Take down a specific link, somebody could repost it. And also, for however much Joshua...
Oh, I'm getting banned.
I don't know what
I'm gonna get
legal counsel
banned
he
for
has.
sure.
If you're willing to tell somebody, if somebody makes you aware, hey, there's revenge porn on your website, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
yeah,
am not an
take it
endearing
down.
person.
I just need a court order. No, you don't. It's your website. You don't need a court order. If you want to take
No,
it down,
well.
you can just take it down. And Andrew kept getting confused by that too, because it's like, it doesn't make any sense for somebody to be like, oh yeah, like, I can do this. I just need to go ahead and send me a court order for it. Why? If you're cooperating with plaintiff or with attorneys mentioning, why does it matter? Oh my...
Pixie's lawyer watched the Queeman video to prep their case. Dude, that's so true.
God, Zip. And what was the lawyer was trying to trap me, where he was like, he was like, did you make efforts or whatever to get it removed from Kiwi Farms? And I was like, yes. And then he, and then later on he asked me, and he's like, your law firm hadn't actually filed a case yet, correct? And I was like, yes. And he was like, your law firm, then you actually didn't send your attorneys. Oh, here's Noel's public statement saying that the attorneys didn't actually contact him. Isn't that correct? And I was like, yes.
Ooh, is that true? Was it a public statement? Can anybody confirm this? Where would I find it? Noel, right? The owner of Kiwi Farms, the master of Kiwi Farms, saying that they did not receive anything coming from any lawyer to take down anything, no?
And he's like, so then, or whatever, and he's like, didn't that, aren't you contradicting yourself? Is that not a contradiction? And I was like, no, I can have somebody contact them who aren't my attorneys. And thank you, Noel, you fucking retard, because Noel publicly posted on his website that he got an email from my fucking manager at the time. Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it.
I'm assuming Noel wants to save face if he removes it.
I wonder if she, like, cut out my, I wonder if it was somewhere in the middle of the video, or if it, if it comes after the video. I don't know. I don't know. She either cut it short,
here's the court order,
or
I mean, Noel is also
because I definitely came into her chat in the middle of this.
He has a lot of pride relating to that.
In the middle of this video.
Ironically, has a lot of pride relating to
I had to.
the way that his website.
Which means she definitely cut it out. But I don't know.